Hey, fourth grade, back with our next lesson of subtracting mixed numbers. And so in today's lesson, we're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday, where we simplify our answers. So epic, right? Oh no, I spelled it wrong. Okay, here we go. Simplify your answers. Oh my goodness, it's so important. Don't forget it. And we're practicing simplifying fractions all week long too. So I hope that stresses to you how important it is. I'm not trying to annoy you, I promise. I just know it's super duper important for you to know. So let's go ahead and do some examples. Again, no new vocab. We're always using like fractions. Like fractions have the same denominators across the board. So that's what we're dealing with, okay? Let's hop into our first example. And we're going to have a bigger fraction this time, just to kind of have some fun with it. 7 and 25/50ths, whoa, minus, remember we're subtracting today. Big difference, don't forget, don't add. Keep track of your math thoughts so that you are in subtraction mode today. Okay, so again, I'm always going to start with my fractions first. So my denominator is 50. Keep that little bugger. 25 minus 10. If I take 1 away from 2, that's 1, and then keep your 5. So 15 over 50. And then do your whole number. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, can I simplify? Well, what I notice here is 15 and 50 either ends in a 5 or 0. So I know I can divide it by 5. So let's try that. Let's try dividing by 5 over 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Oh, that worked. 3 is prime, and 3 doesn't go into 10. So I simplify my answer. Now, you can't leave your answer looking like this. Don't you dare. Don't do it. Keep your whole number, 4, and then put that new fraction, that simplified fraction, with your whole number. Now you can circle it and put a star because you did a good job. Okay. We're only going to do 3 examples today, guys. You got this. So let's do 4 and 9/10 minus 1 and 3/10. Dun, dun, dun. What are we going to do? We're going to keep a denominator because it's so important. Now subtract your numerator. 9 minus 3 is... That was supposed to be like a drum roll type thing. It kind of sounded lame. I'm sorry. So 4 minus 1 is 3. I'll just stick to doing math things. Okay. So I have my answer, but can I simplify it? Yes, because these are both even numbers. So 6, we have 1, 2, 3, and 6 are my factors. 10 is 1, 2, 5, and 10. I'm only seeing 2 as a similarity, so let's divide by 2 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Don't leave your answer looking like this. Put it back together. So your whole number, your simplified fraction, and now you have a beautiful mixed number that you can box and star. Voila. Beautiful. So all we're doing today is subtracting and simplifying, and it's super easy. You guys got this in the back. Okay. Number 3. Number 3 is 8 and 7/12 minus 6 and 2/12. Okay. Where do I begin? I think the fraction's probably the best place. Keep your denominator, subtract the top. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 6 is 2. And can I simplify? 5 is prime, so it's just 1 and 5, and 5 doesn't go into 12, so I'm done. I don't have to simplify. Look at that. Voila. Okay. Now, I said we only had 3 examples, but for those of you that would love a challenge, because this is way too easy for your brain, stick around for the next minute or so while I give you a challenge problem. Challenge problem. That doesn't sound very cool. challenge problem. That sounds a little bit cooler. It mostly sounds weird. I apologize. Okay, let's go. So, challenge problem. Okay, so let's say I have 9 and 2/5 minus 3 and 4/5. Boom. Oh no, what do you notice? Oh no, I noticed that I can't do 2 minus 4 because 2 is less than 4 and I can't take 4 away from 2. And oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, think about in subtraction. If we have like 21 minus 16, I have to regroup, right? I take 1 away, I add 1 over here. Now I have 11 minus 6 is 5, voila, right? So I could regroup kind of in the same way, right? I could cross out my 9 and make it an 8. But what does a 1 look like in a fraction form? Well, it looks like a fraction that has the numerator and denominator are the same number, right? And these are in fifths. So what if I added to this 5/5? Because that's 1 as a fraction with the same denominator, right? I always want like fractions because like fractions are easy. Okay, so now I could do 2 plus 5 is 7. So 7/5. Okay, so now I have 7/5 minus 4/5 is 3/5. And 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 and 3/5. That's my answer. So this is kind of the long way to do this challenge problem where we have to regroup. My trick for you, okay, if you love these challenge type problems and you want to continue with it, is all you have to do, because your numerator and denominator are going to be the same in this fraction of 1, you know you're going to be adding 5 to the top. So why don't we, instead of doing that, why don't we just do 5 plus 2 is 7? And then we can do 7 minus 4 is 3. Let's see how quick that is. Because I know that the denominator creates my fraction of 1, 5 over 5. So instead of writing all that out, if I understand that this is what I'm doing, then I can just go ahead and add the denominator to my numerator to create my new numerator. Okay, so that is definitely a challenge, and I don't expect all of us to understand it. But for those of us that would like a little bit of challenge with this, there you go. All right, none of these will be on your homework tonight, I promise. Stick to the basics. Make sure you simplify your answers. All right, have a good one, guys. Do your best.